Hi guys, I'm getting ready to go live on TikTok for the first time, so get ready with me while I talk to you just about my fashion career. So thank you so much to my new 8-9 subscribers. I'm so happy to have you on the page. I'm actually genuinely happy that you subscribe to my channel. It gives me great joy that you resonated with my content. So what I put out so far. This is a brand new channel. I'm currently on TikTok and Instagram and now YouTube. So go ahead and follow me at India the Fashion Designer on those platforms as well. If you're enjoying what you see so far, I'm definitely excited about the future of my channel and all of my social media pages. Now, I'm going to be doing my nails because while I talk to you guys, because I'm about to go live on TikTok and do an actual demonstration with sewing applique on a gown that I'm working on right now. So you should head over there and follow me and stay tuned for my future lives. I'm actually really surprised that they gave me live access because I only, now I'm at 59 followers, but they gave it to me at like 40 followers. I got approved, so I'm actually really excited to go live. So yeah, I have no makeup on and I'm in my robe in my bedroom, so here we go. So one of the questions that I was recently asked on TikTok, so I'm gonna bring it over here on YouTube as well, is how any tips that I have for styling, becoming a wardrobe stylist, and how to break into it. So just if you don't know me personally as a friend or family member, for my new followers right now, I am actually a fashion designer who began doing wardrobe styling shortly after I left the design house that I was working for. No issues at all. I loved the brand. The brand's name was Marquesa, and I'm gonna actually create a full video on how I even got to work for Marquesa. It was just amazing, an amazing opportunity that I'm just so grateful for. I learned so much there. That is the place that I honestly got my first I got to work on the first gowns that were worn by celebrities on the red carpet, and so that was just such a pleasure to be a part of. So yeah, wardrobe styling. So I'm gonna make this video more about wardrobe styling. I guess I'm going backwards because I haven't done my fashion design video yet, but it just came to mind first. So wardrobe styling, I have a love and hate relationship with wardrobe styling. And I'm gonna say this, it's mainly because I am a fashion designer. So if you're like me and you are an artist that works with their hands and likes to actually create the pieces from scratch, wardrobe styling can kind of drive you a little bit insane because you're not technically a part of the most creative part of the process, which is making the garment that you want to make. So I would say that if you're not interested in actually creating the garment from scratch and you just really love to style clothing and you're really good at putting outfits together, you will love wardrobe styling. You will love it. But if you are a fashion designer at heart like I am, you're definitely going to want to focus more on your fashion design career aspect, as far as like just becoming a expert, and I mean expert, a master at your craft of creating those garments from scratch. But I am still really grateful for the wardrobe styling opportunities that I did have because it was fun going shopping and being with the clients and figuring out what their style is. And I've styled a lot of different things. So I'm gonna start with how I started styling to begin with, which was church. A lot of people wouldn't suspect that, but I went to a church called Times Square Church in New York City, and so the church is actually on Broadway and it was located in a Broadway theater. So we had a lot of theater shows and plays, and they had a lot of different what we call ministries, which if you don't know what a ministry is, it's just like a department, different department. So I was a part of the wardrobe department, and I would help to either shop, style, or create looks for the different plays that we had. We always had different plays, and I was a part of that department. So the media department. And so outside of church, well, I began volunteering a lot with church, and everyone pretty much knew that I was in the fashion area on that side because I did go to school. Now I am a college dropout. That is another story to tell, so I will be making a separate video. Comment down below if you want to hear why and how I dropped out of fashion school. I went to the Art Institute of New York City, so a lot of people in my church knew that I went to school for fashion, so I was asked to be a part of the wardrobe team because of that. And a lot of people did see my work that I was doing with Marquesa before, so that is where I was initially kind of asked to be a part of these things. So I was doing plays, I was making prom dresses with people in my community and outside of my community, people from my church. I was helping with like wedding alteration dresses. People needed help with certain sewing things, I would help them. um, and so that's kind of how my network was created, of people understanding and knowing that I was into fashion. And I'm getting to the styling part, I promise. And so from me doing that, from me just working with people and doing all these different random fashion gigs and jobs, the word kind of spread amongst just a lot of different people. And so I would constantly just get contacted. Also, I was told, and this is not me being conceited or anything, this is just a part of my story. I was actually approached a lot because people liked my outfits. So people actually really liked my outfits that I would put together. So they would always approach me and ask for style tips, ask where I shopped, and then eventually I was getting approached for work. And so people would ask if I could do their prom dress, ask if I could, just different things. If I could do a dress for an event, baby showers, just so much. And so that, I think the word just kind of spread that way. People would see my work and then they were like, oh, who made your dress, or who told you about this, and they would mention my name, and that's sort of how my name spread around in that whole fashion aspect in my personal community. So in 2017, I was approached by a friend of a mutual friend. We were friends, but we weren't close, but we went to the same church. So I would go to all of her and her family's performances, and um, we had a mutual friend that we were both very, very close to. So she actually approached my mutual friend and asked if I could meet with her about potentially about being her personal stylist. And so that year she had actually got signed to the record label Rock Nation. She was noticed by Jay-Z, and she got signed, and she's been an artist with the record label ever since. But so I was asked to do, basically, to come in and collab with her. And so it was actually really cool. She called, well, we set up, my friend set up the connection conversation, and so she called me with the record label and the music executive, and I kind of gave them my fashion resume, but I was honest with them, and I told them that, you know, I'm not a wardrobe stylist, I'm a fashion designer. But she liked my style so much that she was like, well, in the record company as well, and they were just like, well, you're exactly what we're looking for, just something really unique, and something to really make her stand out, make her style stand out, just in a different way. So uh, I said, you know what, let's just do it. Let's give it a try. I could be making custom garments for her and not just shopping pieces. So I decided that we would do both. So we ended up doing both. And from there, it just pretty much like she was gaining a lot of success, and so she was making a lot of appearances on TV shows, red carpet, award shows, performances at different concerts. She was opening up for different people, and then she was just getting asked to do a lot of private events, performances, and so I got to style her for all of those things. You know, we did Good Morning America, we did ABC News, we did the BET Her Awards, we did the Essence Festival, we did. She did a private event where she was performing alongside Red Hot Chili Peppers, not with them, but you know, she opened up for them, and just so many events that I did, a Nissan commercial, just so many different gigs that came through uh, working with her. And then eventually the music executives, yeah, it's a music executive, sorry, the music executives that were there to cater to create the images for the artist. The one of the ones that was there, she actually really liked me, and she gave me another one of Rock Nation's artists, and it was a rapper. And so then from there, it was like I worked with her, then I worked with she there was also a family group, so I worked with the family group, and then I worked with the rapper. And it just kind of like it just kind of, the work just kept coming. And I am a freelancer, so I you know, would I had to create invoices, and then they paid me, and yada yada yada. So um it that's the word I was looking for, snowball effect. It was like a snowball effect. It was just like the work just was rolling in. And so I had a good relationship with them, and I just kept going. I don't have any bad things to say about Rock Nation either. From my personal end, they did give me a lot of work, and I'm very grateful for that. It was just like thing after thing. I ended up doing music videos, and it was very exciting. It was a very interesting time for me as when it came to my career, because I came from working at a design house. So I was normally at the atelier, you know, and the only time we went out is, you know, to the garment district and New York Fashion Week, of course. So that was different from working with like a record label, like I was working with, which was more like I was actually on my feet shopping until I learned how to pull pieces from different designer brands. So I kind of didn't have much knowledge about that, and I kind of just like cold feet just went in. And it was hard at the beginning, and if I could advise anybody, it would be to do your research, especially when it comes to being a wardrobe stylist. Back at that time, it wasn't as easy to get like free advice, just because we didn't have TikTok. It was like just limited kind of, and I had to like really jump through hoops to like talk to. I did have a connect from my first internship that I ever worked, who one of the women, shout out to her, I wish I could remember her name. I'm so sorry. I think it was Sandy. But shout out to her. She was like a real wardrobe stylist as well. And she worked for Macy's, like the actual, like not just the department store. Um, she worked on movie sets. Like she was a real like credible stylist. And but she was at the company that I internshiped at first, and I knew that of her, so I reached out to her and I kind of asked her for advice, and she gave me all that she had, and she helped me so much. Like she helped me create like a what we would call a letter. I don't know what they're calling it these days because I took a little break, but we called it a letter of responsibility, as far as like when you borrow garments, if you're not gifted the garments, when you borrow garments from different designers. And she helped me cultivate like the emails, and she kind of told me like what I kind of needed to do to get pieces for my clients. So a shout out to her. I think her name is Sandra. So thank you so much, girl. If this ever pops up on your feed. Yeah, so getting that advice helped me so much, and so I feel like I have to pay it forward because there's so many people that helped me on my journey and on my way. So, you know, after I got my feet kind of in, so I went from fashion designing to wardrobe styling like artists. And then, well, I was styling like big cast of people as well. But when I'm talking about like known brands or whatnot, I will say like the artists and the record label and whatnot. So when I got into, after I got into doing that, I got my feet wet into styling, I was approached by my former boss that hired me at Marquesa to work with NBC and I worked the Tokyo Olympics. Oh my gosh, that was like a dream come true. And I love her. Shout out to Ginger. She is, I hope that's okay that is her name, but she's amazing. And she, honestly, she's done so much for me in my fashion career, just giving me side work and just even hire me, like, period. Um, and she's such an inspiration. She's a boss. Like, she's grown and she's a boss. So she was working with, well, she was a longtime friend with another company outside of Marquesa, who does daytime television and styling for NBC, like I said, and just like different um, daytime television shows. And so this was NBC Sports. They needed extra stylists, and I just so happened to be available. And so I accepted the gig and the opportunity, and I feel like that really was just a really good milestone in my styling career, as I do feel like I was very successful before that point, as far as working with like a major another major record label. um out I've already worked with the major designer and then the major record label, and so now like working with um a major television network and it being the Olympics was just an honor, to be completely honest. And it was really cool to have styled professional athletes, and not just any professional athletes, but gold medalist, Olympian champion athletes. Um, that was cool. That was so cool. I did show some of that on my channel, and I'll probably post some more. I haven't posted a lot, but I fun fact about me, I hate posting myself. I hate posting my stuff. But I know that I have to have an online footprint. I have to be out there. So that is something that I'm working on at the moment. um, but yeah, that working with the Olympics was such a huge, great opportunity. It was also a whole different ball game working on a studio set in the like a television studio set. Now I've done a television studio set before them, but not like in a way that I had to be there every single day. So that was a very different experience. I got to know the crew. I got to get like a real take on like what it felt like when working in television. And that was, it was just an amazing, excuse me, it was an amazing adventure. So yeah, so, and then it was so cool because honestly it was just me and Ginger who were the stylists on the set, which is apparently not normal. Normally it's like a team of stylists, but it was just me and my girl, and we did our thing, and we had like a nice little roster of clients that we worked with, and everyone seemed very happy with our work. So I'm very happy about that. And so, yeah, I did decide to take a break from styling after the last time I did the Olympics. I really honestly want to go back into fashion designing. So if anything, that is like my main like objection. So um I know this video is kind of long, but I think that I need my audience to get to know who I really am. And I didn't even go into full detail. I just told you a gist. So comment down below if you would like a fully detailed video on like whatever part was inspirational to you. I would love to share on it. I just wanted to give you a gist of who I am, what I do, what I've done, and how I can help you. So my channel is going to be mostly about giving free advice, free fashion advice and tips. And if I can inspire someone with just like some of my work or some of my outfits, like that is the goal. It's to pay it forward. And I'm looking to make new connections, and I'm really excited to make new connections. So you should definitely subscribe and stay tuned because I'm going to be posting more content on this channel. So if I could give you any tips on being a stylist, is one, you will create your first opportunities for yourself unknowingly. Be yourself, dress beautifully as you can every day, even if you don't feel like it, because when I tell you that you never know who is watching you, you never know who is watching you. I didn't know that I was being watched to that capacity, to the capacity that people wanted me to be their personal stylist or wanted me to work with them on a television network. Like, I didn't know. I was just being myself. And I'm telling you, that advice seems so baby like, but it's vital. And in order to get something started, you need to take those baby steps. That's what a newborn does. Not a newborn. That's what a almost 1 year old does. They go from crying and having mommy hold them to crawling, and the next thing you know, they're taking those steps. And I think that this is one of the steps that you need to take. Get in tune with who you are, what your style is, what you love. Get busy, get to working. People will recognize you. It is about mindset, okay? Not about being cocky, but believing that the impossible is possible, because it most definitely is. Now, I'm not giving you no positive junky talk. I'm giving you the truth. This is real. This happened to me. So, fashionista to fashionista, just get started. dress beautiful, look beautiful, be graceful, be a great person, connect with people, genuinely connect with people, not just for what you think they can do for you, and genuinely connect with people and see what happens from then. You know, of course, you want to be curating your own side quest projects and going out to different locations and just shooting beautiful outfits. If you could get a model that's also up and coming, an aspiring model, do that, because that's what I did. And offer your services to up and coming brands for free. I know you want to get paid, but a lot of the work that I did at the beginning was free work. And um, I worked on the side. I had a retail job. I worked at the Loft in Times Square, 42nd Street. I worked at American Eagle. I worked at Abercrombie. Um, what other retail I can't think of right now, but I was working. Oh, I worked at Victoria's Secret. I was working retail on the side, and I was honest with them too. I told them I'm a fashion student, but I need work, you know. And let me tell you something, those retail positions, they taught me so much. It all ties together. You think that, don't ever look down on anybody, like in the fashion world, no matter what, where they are, intern, whatever position they're at. If they're in inventory, if they're an intern, if they're a cashier, do not look down on those people, because you don't even know where they could be. Like, and every role is vital, every role is so important when you look at it from those eyes. And even if, like for me, I started my own business, so it really was important to know what it felt like to be a cashier, a door greeter, and in the back doing inventory. You don't know what is going to happen in the future, and so these roles are really significant roles. And a lot of those roles actually aided and helping me become a manager at Marquesa, a major designer brand, because I had these skills and knowledge even coming from retail. So um, yeah, I think that don't don't limit yourself, and open yourself up to the possibilities of just anything happening, because you never know. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys, and I hope that you have an amazing, wonderful day or night, whatever time you're watching this. And like I said, subscribe and stay tuned, because I'm going to be dropping some more fashion gems for you, and some more content. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Have a great day. Bye.